Well, it's a pleasant afternoon for us around southern West Virginia. Temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s, pretty close to where we should be to this point in the year. And we're seeing some sunshine out there. That's the case as we take a look at Route 19 in Bradley. The camera is looking towards Oak Hill. So in other words, traffic moving away from the camera is going towards Oak Hill. Traffic moving towards the camera is going back towards Beckley as we go through this afternoon. Meanwhile, down in Lewisburg, not surprisingly, the traffic is pretty thick as people leave the fairgrounds on their way back to Beckley or Bluefield or Princeton or any of those places around southern or anywhere around the state of West Virginia. Right now it's 82 degrees in Lewisburg. The relative humidity is 52%. The barometer is sitting at 30.07. Winds out of the north-northwest at 8. The sunset time this evening is at 8:15. And of course, we have lots of things still going on at the fairgrounds all the way through the rest of the evening as well to enjoy. 80 in Beckley, 78 in Bluefield, 86 in Charleston, and also in Huntington. It was warmer, you'll remember, as we looked at the first weather segment, we looked at what was happening in Pineville, warmer there than it was in Charleston or Huntington or Parkersburg for that matter. 87 there, 85 in Wheeling and Morgantown, as well as at Elkins, 84 in Clarksburg. Doppler radar shows us there are a few showers just making their way out of the state, and also one in the very far western portion of the state near the Kentucky line. That's fading as it pushes off to the south. The really heavy stuff is well off to our southeast at this point. So if you're traveling down 81 or down 64 towards Richmond, towards 95, we could certainly see some heavier showers and thunderstorms for you. But outside of that, there really isn't too much to look at around the state of West Virginia as things are beginning to dry out after several days with good chances for rain. That's a severe thunderstorm warning box, by the way, there in south central Virginia. Gives you an idea of how strong those storms are. Outside of that, we're not talking about too much else until you get further down towards the outer banks of North Carolina, where there are also some pretty strong showers and storms for you. Futurecast, as we take a look at what's happening over the next couple of days, we started off with some showers being painted by the Futurecast, overdone in this case. Now, as we go through our Friday, I do think we will see a small chance for showers. This is mainly in the higher elevation locations. Not really picked up here by the Futurecast, but I do want to at least tell you about it because there is a small possibility for it as we go through not only our Friday, but also the first half of the weekend as well. For the most part, though, we stay dry all the way through the weekend into early next week before another front comes towards the area from the northwest. So tonight's lows for some selected cities around the region will drop down to the lower to middle 60s. There could be some mid to upper 60s around as well. Partly cloudy, slightly cooler than it has been. Certainly winds are light and variable. Hour by hour we go in Beckley. We drop down to right around 64, rebound nicely, very nicely, to right around 80 by noon. As we look at our aches and pains forecast, brought to you by ARH, we're looking pretty good out there as we see some frowny faces later on. Certainly as the pressure begins to drop with that next storm system, but outside of that, should be pretty good. Pressure should be fairly high, and so there are lots of smiley faces once again. 7-day forecast, high temperatures are on the rebound. They're going up a little bit into the mid to upper 80s, and we're going to see a small chance, as we talked about, for showers over the next couple of days, and notice that I did put higher elevations in there. Overall, pretty warm days, Sunday and Monday. High temperatures a few degrees above normal. Then we'll see another front come in, and that's what we talked about with the aches and pains forecast, as we see those temperatures drop with extra cloud cover and better chances for rain.
All right, so it looks like just typical summer patterns, like how you've been saying. And Saturday looks like a really good day to go to the fair. I mean, Friday does too, since it's a little bit cooler. But I mean, that's exciting. You guys have two, well, I guess today. So 2 other days though afterwards to get good time in at the fair without having horrible weather. That's true. Of course, it can be very rainy, it can be very cool, it can be very hot, but none of that's the case really. It's kind of pleasant, actually. Yes. All right, now that's all the time we have here for right now, but we have more news and weather coming your way after the break, so don't go anywhere.